Hi, I'm Cyaneink, and this is fountain pen review for artists, and I have a really special fountain pen today. This is Indigraph fountain pen. What makes this pen special is that you can use like Indian ink in this pen, but this pen package I really like it, and it's because of simplicity. It's small package, cardboard sleeve, and just simple cardboard box, and there's the user guide. And I find this was very good thing to have because this pen has this special water reservoir in the cap. So I think that's a really good idea to have that. And also here they list the different inks that they have tried out and which they like. More they like those bottles, so that's more it's like suitable. And I personally use this Indigraph ink here, which is came with the pen. It has been really black, really waterproof, working really well, and you can see that there's like sun layering that's not recommended. I really have been liking this pen, so yeah. There's also like instructions what to do if you like clog the pen or something, and how to like change the nib and stuff. So really good user guide. It's not like over long or anything. Here's the pen, which is the most important part, so I just throw other stuff aside. Yeah, and this is the pen. And you can see it's decently sized, not small or anything. Special thing is that water reservoir in the cap, if I can show it. Yeah, you can see there's some water there. And I have had this a couple of months now, and I have filled this reservoir twice. So it doesn't need like daily maintenance or anything. And it doesn't be leaking or anything. It has been working out great. Also, pen has not clogged a single, no clogging, no hard starts, no problems. It has working flawlessly, and I've been using Indian ink all the time. And this pen has been like unused like couple of weeks or more, and it has still been starting like without any problems. Pen on caps, and you can see the pen on caps like really well. It's not a regular thing because the clip is on the pen body itself, and cap has no clip at all. There's section. Section is metal, like this whole pen is, but it's matte surface, so it isn't like slippery or anything, but it is pretty slim. So if you have like arthritis or something that like affects your hands and wrist, this may not be a good pen because it's a really thin grip section. Pen is cartridge converter. It's just regular international standard converters. And you can use cartridge, but I don't see point there because this pen like really shines when you are not using fountain pen and you use like Indian ink. Hence the name. And its price of this pen is 66 euros. And I got mine from Kickstarter, but they are now launched the website and you can order them directly from them. And yeah, let's get to the pros of this pen. It's really robust, like it's really good quality. It's aluminum, and you can see I'm like touching it all the time. It feels really nice. It's matte surface. It has been on my pencil case. There's no single scratch on this pen, even if I've been drawing it around like really. At one point, this was like my pencil case with other pens and like banging around. No scratches or anything. It's surface is really good. Also, the threads are like really good quality. They are like really solid ones. They like never cross thread or anything. Also, all of them are like pretty easy to operate. Only thing that is like a bit hard to operate is this part, because this I feel it's a bit more force to open, but I think it's actually good because if it's too loose you may accidentally screw the barrel out when you are trying to uncap the pen. And of course the process that it can use Indian ink. I have been enjoying it because it's waterproof, it's really black, it's more black than the fountain pen inks that are waterproof, and I find it more waterproof than the like Sailor Nano ink, which is really notorious for not being waterproof. And also what I really like in this is that it's really nice to hold. It feels nice in hand. It's not slippery like some other metal pens. And also there's a good selection of nib. There was extra fine, medium, 1.1 and 1.4 italics. And I got mine in extra fine, of course, because I love extra fine nibs. And this is, even if this is like all metal pen, it's pretty light. So it's not like heavy or anything. But there's some cons. And one thing I think it's the biggest con for me, this is a really personal thing, but is the design. I'm not a fan of it. I would be much rather have like one singular body and maybe different kind of clip or clip on the cap side. But I think there's reason why the cap is on the body. I think it's something to do about the humidifier here, and they're using Indian ink and not letting the feet dry up. And other thing, clip is not good. When I'm at work, I usually clip my fountain pen I'm using on my notebook, and I clip it like this. And this one, nope, it's not going, because clip is like straight and it has no like curvature up or anything. So I need to like operate the clip and then put it on my notebook. But it holds really well if you need it. And other thing, what I always complaining, this pen, this can't be posted, like it doesn't post there. Which I find good, because I think it may damage the receiver if you can post like really deeply. Cap rolls. It's round and there's no like clip or anything to stop it rolling, so it's like rolls. And I don't like that. Especially if you can't post the pen. Same problem was in the Moon Man, because it's like, it makes the cap really easy to lose. I usually have to like stand it on my desk or somewhere or hold it in my hand. And other con is the nib gets dirty. Like you can see here there's some ink on the nib, but I think that's mainly because I use Indian ink, so it's like, it like collects up on the nib. It's just a cosmetic thing, it's not affect how it writes or anything, but that's one con I actually find. Why I think it's good for artists is that because you can use Indian ink. You doesn't need to buy special fountain pen ink. Indian ink is cheaper, especially if you travel a lot and want to use like watercolors. It's much cheaper to use Indian ink than anything like special fountain pen inks that are waterproof like platinum. And also it's much more blacker than anything else. And yeah, I think that's like the main reason why this is good for artists. Regular fountain pens. But let's see how this writes. As you can see, it starts right away. I think they don't have a model name or anything, it's just Indigraph. And my nib is extra fine, like always. I don't know how my mic picks up the sound of the nib, but it's not scratchy. I would say it has, it's not butter smooth either. It has nice feedback. I like that kind of feedback. It's similar feedback than in Sailor pens. Like you know the pen is there and you get that like tactical feeling about it. I personally like it, but I know some people don't like it. As you can see, for fine nib, this is actually pretty fine. It's affects a little bit how the nib writes if you have like really gunking up the nib. Also, I'm not sure if this like property of every of these nibs, but my nib is pretty flexible for the like to be on the steel nib. It's pretty flexible. You can get like a decent line variation here. I find that's a really good thing. One thing that sadly doesn't work is reverse writing. I usually use reverse writing when I'm like drawing, but this pen, it doesn't work. I think it's not because the nib, but I think it's because the ink itself is a bit thicker than the fountain pen ink, so it's not like flowing properly when written upside down. So yay, that was the short review of this Indigraph fountain pen, and I recommend this for artists, especially if you want to use like Indian inks. But I would also say that be careful what inks you put in there, because some artist inks are like really, they have really bad stuff, and it still is a fountain pen. I've been using their Indigraph ink, this one, which has been really good, and I have no complaints about this one. But I think any Indian ink should do it. And also, always you can use just regular fountain pen inks. I think this would be good also if you use like shimmer inks or inks that have high sheen, because I have noticed those tend to like dry up on the pen really easily. I think this would be good for those as well. So thanks for watching, and hope I see you in my other videos as well. Bye!